this week is Tamisha. What is my drag name?
Twanisha Double Homicide.
Yes, that's it. That is it. Juanita gave me this drag name like seconds before we hopped on this.
If you don't know what it is, y'all need to get on another part of Twitter because
yeah, if you don't like, you have to look it up. I'm sorry, I have to plug it. Type in Jocelyn Hernandez from Living.
Hey everybody, thank you all for heading back here on stereo, listening to us here at Drag from the Left. That is your weekly digital series where we review RuPaul's Drag Race from a radical leftist perspective. This is a pro-Black podcast. This is a Black Trans Lives Matter podcast. And this is definitely, this week, a Fuck the Police podcast. Thank you all for tuning in. I am your hostess with the mostest, the very Reverend Dr. Juanita Bind'Em.
And this is Avery's. I forgot what drag name you gave me this week, but my original
drag name this week is Twanisha Double Homicide.
Yes, that was it. Twanisha Double Homicide. Lord have mercy. That clip, I cannot. I've been laughing at that since I've seen it. What, Friday? Girl, mess.
It is hilarious.
But my original drag name this week was going to be Fuck the Police because fuck the police. Abolish them now. It needs to happen now. We can wait. We don't got time to be doing nothing else. We need to dismantle and create. Dismantle this prison industrial complex and create the new shit that is going to actually keep communities safer.
Yeah, because it's like bedtime, right? It's bedtime.
Oh, it's been. First of all, it should have never happened, but it's been time since the inception. I'm just tired. This week was so heavy. Every single day, police departments across this country were cutting down people, young, old, Black. Most of them were Black and brown, but there were some white ones scattered through there too. Every single day, and if it wasn't a police shooting, it was a mass shooting. I'm tired.
I mean, that's the United States of America. You know. Death every day.
Yes.
Lack of resources every day. Sickness every day. Poverty every day. We tired. We sick and tired. And then you get to the point where you be like sick and tired of being sick and tired that it just makes you sick and tired. And then the only thing that be left is to be pissed the fuck off or completely
all there is left.
You know?
Yeah. But we about to have some fun for the next hour or so.
Absolutely, y'all. We're gonna have us a good old time up in this season 13
in this gig. It is coming to a close. It only took 4 months, but here we are. It is coming to
the
a
door
close.
Is closed. The door is closed.
I want to hear from Portia because last time she told me, she said, the door is closed. Okay, and I meant it.
Okay. I don't want to hear nothing from you, Portia. I don't want to. But who we do want to hear from are the returning queens of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 13. What a mighty, mighty real, mighty powerful, mighty sickening group of queens. I think each and every single last queen on this season of RuPaul's Drag Race, regardless of like how individuals received them in the fandom, this was a strong group of drag queens.
Absolutely.
That represented a very diverse pool to me of the types of drag. So we go all the way from Utica Queen, who gives you very high fashion, but also high art, intellectual, conceptual, and kooky, you know, and that is, and then you go to another side of the spectrum where you get somebody like Tina Burner that gives you that classic comedy, brash, you know, it is what it is, you know. They've even delayed, you know, they've been married or in a relationship with celebrities, you know, like that sort of thing. Then we have tried and true Broadway queen. You know, Rose is a Broadway queen. Then we have our just Coco Melanin, Sickening, Ebony Enchantress, Simone. We got our Banji girl. We got Candy. You know, we got our Make It Fashion but Always Camp, Miss Candy Muse. We have our terminally delightful, you know, Olivia Lux. We have our I Am Yes Girl, I Am Yes Mama. You know, we have Elliot with 2 T's.
Then we would be remiss not to mention our legend, our icon, our mother, Tamisha Iman.
Iman is coming for you.
A true classic drag queen that is about that action on and off the stage.
Well, you know what? Yeah, and then we have from the House of Hall, okay? Chicago's Mackie Doll, Miss Kimora Hall. And in case you didn't know it, I'm Joey J, and I'm a gay ass bitch, And it's just so many.
Yes.
Lala Ree, it is just the type of talent that exists there. Denali on Ice, like, come on, like. Yes. There's just so much there. And if I left anyone out at this point, we're going to get to every girl. I'm just saying, like, there's so
I think we covered everybody.
Variety there. And they truly kept us entertained, baby. And I'm going to just be straight up. I don't know about you, but Drag Race has really helped get me through this new landscape of world that we're living in, particularly at the beginning. Because, like, they gave me season 12 and they gave me Jada Essence Hall. They gave me All Stars 5 and they gave me more Shea Coulee. Now I have I have season 13. There's All Stars coming out. There's UK. There's Canada. There's Mars. There's so much to be had to do, and I'm just really appreciative, for it. So a lot of times you get on my last nerves, girl. But thank you, Mama Ru.
Yes, it definitely has. Give me something to look forward to during these pandemic weeks.
Yeah.
And we get like some real entertainment, a wide variety, as we just discussed, of drag entertainment. This is one of our favorite like avenues of art and expression. So be able to see it done at such a high level, I'm very thankful for.
Absolutely. And it seems like they've been trying to do something a little more different now that they have this better landscape of what's going on. But before we hop into the format of this episode of the reunion, did you see the beautiful video that they did for Jada Essence Hall? All the queens from season 12 made Jada Essence Hall a step down video to thank her for her reign.
What?
And they said some of the most beautiful things. Jackie Cox said, "You are our queen and leader. You showed us how to do the thing." And I'm just like, to hear all of them. I mean, it was Gigi Good, Widow Von Du, like everyone was in there. And I believe her partner put it together. Her partner, she calls him G, right?
Yeah.
Her partner put this video together. Talk about
come on, Black love,
pure love.
Yes. Black queer love.
Around the way. I'm gonna be right back to the middle. So G had them put this video together, and some of the girls in the video was like, "Yeah, thank you, G, for putting this together. This was last minute, real quick. I didn't get to write my speech, but like, so he was on them girls like white on rice. Okay, he was like, you better turn these videos in. Okay."
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that. Where is it? Where can we find it?
It's on Jada Essence Hall IGTV, or it just uploaded to the video part of Instagram.
Okay. I don't know how to work that, but I'm gonna figure it out.
Just go from the drag from the left page and then go to Jada's. It'll show up like a recent post. Like you'll be fine.
Okay.
Okay. It is baby computer person savvy. But it's such a beautiful video, and she made this beautiful tweet the other day, just like about her step down. And just like about how the journey has been rough but joyous, with like the opportunities that I think are typically allotted to queens when they step off the show, were not and are not available to the queens of season 12 in general, but particularly to the winner.
The winner, yeah.
Like Evie Oddly, when she left, that bitch was touring Work the World, Vegas residency, like
Aquaria too, before she even won.
Before book. Now she was able to do things. Thank God. We've seen her in some of those ad campaigns. We've seen her with Fenty. And thank you, Rihanna, for that. Like that is great. But to be working on, and they've done a couple drive-in drags, but like Jada should be working the world.
Quite literally, yeah.
So
well, hopefully, when everything partially opens up, whenever that is. She would get the bookings and the recognition she deserves, and I'm sure I feel like promoters are just waiting like with bated breath to get some of those season 12 girls in their clubs and on their tours. At least I hope. Yeah. And let's prioritize Jada, Widow, and Heidi.
Yeah, and I think they might do a winners tour, because, or at least a couple cities, because Jada, Shea Coulee, and Priyanka did that photo shoot together because it was all Black and
Ooh,
POC winners at the same
yes.
time. It was the same cohort of girls, and shit, we might just be
Hmm.
able to throw Simone up in the pot too. Ow.
Let's hope. Let's freaking hope. Oh my god! Listen, let me tell. I can't wait. I can't. Whoever wins, literally, I am really like. This might be aside from collectively. This might be like the first top four that I'm really like
I
excited
think
for.
it's going to be absolutely sickening. And if I hope Jada's a major part of it. And I think she is, because I saw her on that airplane. She was posting a video on the airplane on her way to LA, and she don't live in LA. So I'm like, what you doing on the airplane,
Yeah,
Jada? Where you
I
going?
ho- I hope Jada, and Heidi are both like very incremental parts to this. I hope all the season 12 girls get to be a part of it in some way, shape, or form. Like they should be able to do a final runway or something. They should be involved in some way. Because they
Yeah,
didn't get to have that.
yeah,
Mhm.
I wholeheartedly agree. Let's get into the reunion. This year
Yes.
on RuPaul's Drag Race season 13, the reunion is a bit of a hybrid between virtual and in person, which is, of course,
Hmm.
different from years past, including last year when it was all virtual.
All virtual.
RuPaul, instead of donning a face kini, is just, in boy drag. It's just Ru.
Right. Hmm.
So that is, good to see. I know she's going to be in full Mama Ru next week. So
Yes.
she probably just keeping her skin soft and supple, getting ready for the gown. I saw a little preview of the gown. I think it's going to be a really good gown to see her in.
Oh, you know
Um,
she gonna come out and stunt. She has to.
well, I mean, come on. At this point, Ru may not wear everything that we like, but Ru has some of the best looks in drag. Period. Like,
Oh
like,
yeah. They got a
period.
big enough team. They ought to.
You know, uh, okay. I wish somebody would do something about these hairlines, though. I would like Ru with a more, but we won't talk about that. But at least their hairline is glued down. Okay, it is glued down.
Yeah.
Um, but so the format this year is that each girl, except for our top four, but each returning
Hmm.
girl has the opportunity to show us one last time them strutting their stuff. They each are doing a music video or lip sync video that is somewhere between like 90 seconds and like 105 seconds, somewhere around there.
Hmm.
And they are bopping it to original tracks. They are bopping it to some of our favorite feel good love making songs. It's some bitch tracks going on, and I really really appreciate that. Then on top of that, the girls are meeting in small cohorts of 2, 3, or 4, and they are taking questions from us, the fans, right? Which
Right.
is a mainstay, a Drag Race original,
Hmm.
because as Trixie said, did you or did you not come for me in Untucked? Okay, did you or did you not come for me in
Yes.
Untucked? Okay, talk shit, get hit. These are those moments.
Hello.
These are where those moments come from. And I don't think we really got none that iconic, to be honest. And from the audience question reviews. But that's the segments of the show. And then our top four do 69 questions, which is like a version of Vogue's 73 questions type of thing.
Hmm.
And they answer some cute little questions, and we see them, enter the theater for the first time, feeling their fabulosity. So we're just
Hmm.
going to go through each returning queen in the order of elimination and talk about their return look, their music video, and their overall reception on the show. And we are going to make sure that we match each critique with something positive to say about the girls. It's the end of the road. Our critiques have already been given. Okay.
Right.
And then we will get into our finales. So let's start with the first girl to walk out the door. But the first one to grace our screen again from the House of Hall, Kimora Hall.
Yes. Gorgeous as always. Um, her look is um a solid saint. She looks beautiful. Um, when she said, "Y'all bitches lucky y'all sent me home first," after seeing some of
Period.
those eliminated looks, she wasn't lying.
Not a lie. Not a lie in sight.
Not a lie. Right. And like we talked about earlier, the amount of I don't even know. I don't even know the amount of high fashion that we have been able to experience from the girls this season, from Utica to Kimura to Gottmik to Simone, like looks on looks on looks. Let's talk about her video. She did "You Giving Me Something You Can Feel"
The
by En
Invo
Vogue,
version,
the En Vogue version. 'Cause there's a lot of versions of that song.
yeah, I
I enjoyed it.
I
It was
thought it
cute.
was so cute,
She
and
looked gorgeous.
she probably took 8 hours to get ready, but the face was there, mama. The face was
Yeah,
there.
it was
Uh,
worth it. It was worth
and
it.
that is a track. I was like, now Kimura Hall. Now before Twitter broke,
Right.
when I was live tweeting, Twitter just broke.
Just
Um,
stopped.
just stop. World stop. Carry on. I was trying to say, like, girl, you would play this song for my black heart. This is, I was
Hmm.
in my, just like feeling it, giving him something. I'm like,
Yes.
you better. And he better
Right. You
feel it.
better. And that song, that version of the song, the Invoke version, is the one I listen to the least. And that's not shade. It's just a lot of versions of that song. And the Aretha Franklin version is one that I
Yeah.
keep in heavy rotation. The one from Sparkle, the latest, the
Not the
latest
one from
version of Sparkle
Sparkle.
with Jordan Sparks and Whitney Houston. I
When
love that
she's
soundtrack. I play it all the
whoa,
time.
it's a good
It's the-
soundtrack, and Jordan Sparks sings that song in the end. They got like 5 key changes in the middle. I'm like,
Listen, down. It is a wonderful soundtrack. So those are the two I play most often. So when she played the Invoke version, I was like, yes, this is one I don't get to hear often. And Invoke sings. That is 4 or 5, depending on the time. That is 4 or 5 lead singers in a group together.
and it can be done.
Harmonies,
You can put lead
wonderful.
singers in a group together because then you get the vocal
Yes,
masterpieces of Invoke. To me, they are one of the strongest vocally talented girl groups in history. And I'm talking about the
yes.
Supremes from the Marvelettes to all the way down.
Hmm.
Those girls could sing.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, they rank at the top. Another group, not to get off because you know how we do, but not to get not to get too far off topic. Another girl group of lead singers that I love is Brownstone.
See,
Their harmonies
Brownstone had those good
are
harmonies. I think that R&B divas though kind of gave made them. Sometimes you can't go on them shows because I don't think it gave Brownstone a good resurgence of people listening to their music. I just don't.
yeah,
Nah.
yeah, I agree with that.
Now Selena, she put out a whole, her stuff, all the music she put out, and Kiki Wyatt, they did well on there. People started
Hmm.
listening to their stuff. But I don't think people went
Hmm.
back and listened to Brownstone. And between that show and Housewives of Atlanta and T.I. and Tiny show, we got a whole nother era from Escape.
Right, right.
So now I don't know if we're gonna see him for a while because Tiny about to go to jail, but they
Child, they well,
her and her husband.
T.I. and Tiny. Yeah, I don't got nothing for them.
We
Good
don't got nothing,
riddance.
and we're not gonna talk about that today here on the pod. But I'm just saying,
No.
girl, if you want to type it in
Good
your
riddance.
Google, you'll find out. I do want to talk about the choice for them to pick the In Vogue version. So there is no way the girls had to have been given a budget or production support to create all of these videos. There's no way that they didn't, because every girl put out a video that was of good visual quality, that was edited down to the right time, and I'm certain the videos, the girls got to, pretty much use their creative and within the scope of what, and if you give, it's different. If you give me $5,000 versus someone else $5,000, what I can do with that money is different than what the girl next to me can do. The girl right next to me, she just might run out a dance floor and cluck and buck, Elliot with 2 T's, or she might do something more visually striking, like Olivia Lux.
Yeah.
It'll depend. Somebody might have a cameo from a Backstreet Boy. We'll talk about that later. So it depends, but I do think they all got the support. But plus, on top of anything, the girl, that is music licensing. So to play those songs cost money. A lot of the girls did original songs, so the licensing fee for that is different, because I'm certain that music hasn't even been submitted through the IRA, like the program that gives people their royalties yet. And honestly, those songs probably legally belong to World of Wonder. So if they're from the
Yeah.
girls recorded during the time of the show. They lose all rights, financial right to all of those. So, you know, now
Yeah.
Turn It and
Which is
Burn
what
It
we.
was already out. Tina, we'll talk about.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
Turn It and Burn It was already, the song was already out, not the music video. So Tina might have been smart by doing a song that she had already recorded.
Yeah.
But I'm certain in the next couple of weeks with all of this, how rigorous people have been getting in Word of Wonder, Viacom, and RuPaul's Drag Race ass, we will have a detailed list of account transactions, of which we will share here on Drag from the Left.
Yeah.
So,
Right. And that's something that a lot of different organizations, companies, corporations ought to be doing routinely.
yeah. Transparency reports. I want to know where the money going. I want
Especially
to know.
nonprofits. Cough, cough, Black Lives Matter, cough, cough.
Yeah, child. And moving on. Up next with their music video, Joey J.
Joey J. Okay. I was surprised because I actually enjoyed this video. When she did her boy drag as the NSYNC, that was cute. That was really cute. And then she had the cameo from the gay one. That was cute too. So kudos to Joey J. She did her thing. Very impressed on the makeup, especially when she got into boy drag 5 different times.
Yeah.
Very impressed. On the
And she
opposite
had a
end of that,
cameo from a Backstreet Boy.
right? Which maybe they're friends or something, but like
Probably.
that's a big deal. Um, on the opposite end of that, as it pertains to looks, her reunion look, it
Center.
looked like she fell asleep and she only had like an hour to get ready, and she ran out of time.
And her background was so haphazard compared to the other
Yeah,
girls.
it wasn't even centered. You could still see the equipment in the back. I'm like, baby, what's going on here?
Yeah, I was worried. I think maybe that's when she shot the video, and it's still like, I don't know if she was trying to do like a deconstructed set kind of thing, but it felt she needed to be more back so I could see it. It was like,
Yeah, it didn't work. It did not work. It just looked undone and sloppy.
and she was being a little feisty. She looked like she really just woke up because she.
Right, she was a little cranky.
Ooh, what did she say? Mind your business, Tamisha.
Yeah, you can. But I love that first little cohort of girls. I love their banter back and forth. You
It
can
was
tell
the
that they really
most fun.
respect. You can tell they really respect Tamisha. You can tell Tamisha really cares for them. So I enjoyed it.
Well, Tamisha said, "I'm gonna stay in my lane. Okay, I'm gonna stay
Right.
right up." She said, "But you know you got on an Anita Baker wig. I don't know why you think that's big hair."
Right. And I just thought it was so funny because, like, I'm about 95% sure that Joey doesn't know who Anita Baker is.
Because she just sat there
I'm
like that.
certain.
Anita who?
Speaking, right. Speaking of our mother, Tamisha. Well, not our mother, but somebody's mama.
A lot of people,
Tamisha
mama. She got a
Iman.
bunch of
A lot of
kids.
people's mama, right? She got drag kids, biological kids. She got kids from the show. They call her Mama Tamisha. So, like, Tamisha Iman, first of all, mother looks gorgeous.
Oh, she looks so pretty in purple.
So
Her
pretty.
backdrop was nice.
It matched her. It complemented her skin tone. Michelle can eat her words, talking about her makeup looks a little unblended. Bye. The
Bitch, you
wig was
unblended.
right. The wig was right. The makeup was right. Them boobs were pushed up to her chin.
She like a boob.
She loves the boob. I enjoyed it. Her video, probably the most controversial one
Of all.
But what I said was, because at first I was like, well, I wish there were more lyrics. Like towards the end, when she gave us that verse that was actually really good. I was hoping that would come like closer towards the beginning. I was like, but those are her original words. So
she gave you a spoken word throughout the whole, the whole thing.
And technically they were her words. So, but yeah, people are trying to like give her static or whatever. And this is not something new. All the girls capitalize on a big moment in the show. They always capitalize on it after the show, either via social media or on a tour. or in their own personal shows. Like they all do it. So either Candy or Tamisha was going to capitalize on this whole arrogant thing. Tamisha just did it first. And it was good. She looked good. It was very Atlanta. I feel like I saw some of the dancers from Milk Mafia, which is a dance line down south. But I'm not sure because they had masks on, so I'm
First
not sure
off,
if that was done.
I love those gay ass dancers. Is it just me? I'm gonna tell you something.
Mhm.
So sometimes I don't like male presenting dancers doing certain choreography because they be trying so hard to maintain and perform masculine that the dance moves look
Mhm.
dry and stiff and stale.
Yeah, I know what you
And
mean.
it's like one of them old shits that's just stuck up there that
Mhm.
you just gotta go grab the fleet to get that shit out. You know, like
You need some
they
oil, loosen it up.
okay, but they was gay. They was some gay
Yeah,
ass dancers.
yeah. And that's why I think I saw at least one or two of them that dance for Milk Mafia. If y'all
Yeah.
know who Milk Mafia is, type it in YouTube because them babies dance. Well, they probably older than me, but them girls dance down. They take styles from like hip hop, but also various like majorette,
Yeah.
HBCU dance lines.
Yeah, so like
And
the
they go
jet
off.
sets and the J sets and
Yeah,
stingers and yeah.
but it's more dolls than it is. It's more dancing dolls than it is J sets.
Oh, so they be
But they can do it
bucking.
all. But they can do it all. They
I
can do
got
it
you.
all. I enjoy Milk Mafia. But yeah, I think I saw one or two of them in Tamisha's video, and she looked great. Both of those looks were
Oh, I
classic
love,
drag.
and you know she made the dancers' outfits. You know she
You
made
know she
those.
did.
But you know
Yeah.
what though? If you are a fan of Tamisha Iman, go online and look at her old videos. That whole performance was very reminiscent of what you would have saw from
Hmm.
Tamisha Iman circa 1993 at a continental pageant. Excuse me, at a pageant, you know. And she
Right.
did give you. She only gave you a little bit of bars, but she gave you bars on the end. Okay,
Yo, yes, they were
cause you,
bought. Like that was a good
okay,
verse.
yeah, cause you would hit a lot of things, but you won't hit me. Okay.
Hello. Hello.
And she got all her lines up in there, okay? Because Tamisha Iman is coming for you,
It's coming
okay?
for you. Yeah. I
Um,
really enjoyed Tamisha. I cannot wait to see what she does after the show if she comes
Listen,
back. I'm ready.
I want to shout out Tamisha and give respect to my queen for just setting the record straight for all of us that would not to know. If the
Thank
cameras
you.
had not been there, I would have hit her. But we good
Come
now.
on.
And
She just keeping it real. Because
I'm
Candy
glad.
also said the same thing online, I believe. So
Yeah,
like
she was like,
both
it would have been a fight.
yeah, we would have scrapped.
Now I would say I don't want to place no like bets on who will beat who. I think there's some kind of fun play within your mind. But on sibling rivalry, Bob and Monet swear up and down that Candy was gonna mollywop Tamisha and drag her ass around. And I'm just like, I don't know how many fights y'all either have been in or seen, but I don't know if that is true. And that's what all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. I don't know if that is true either. People tend to think that the person that has the most weight or is bigger is going to win the fight, and I am here to tell you that that's not always true. I can actually
And
tell you from experience.
it's something about an old school like nigga ass whooping. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it,
And we'll just
they
leave that at that.
they hit a little bit different because everybody got that one uncle who talk a little too much shit and you be wanting to punch him, but you shouldn't.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
we all
And
got
like
that
I said,
uncle.
and like I think it's not lost on anyone that Tamisha does this. Like this probably not. This is. I'm certain it's not her first fight. I'm sure she's fought big, tall, old, young.
I'm gonna say
She know how
this:
to handle herself
any motherfucker who step up and walk you to the door with a colonoscopy bag up underneath their corset, I don't think they
with their
worry.
hands folded at their sides.
I don't
Baby,
think
that's
they
someone
was
you
too
should worry.
worried.
You should worry.
Okay.
That, like I said last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever, when she walked up to her like that, I was like, "Oh hell, this might be our first fight on Drag Race," because I know
Child.
that walk. That walk
That's
is someone who is ready to scrap and is not scared.
at all. They was like, okay, this is what I do. I'm going to do it, and this is what I do. Period.
Yeah,
Um,
especially after you threaten me. Oh, it's no,
Little
you
girl.
little girl, you gonna smack who,
I hope
baby?
she got some little girl T-shirts because I want to get a T-shirt that say "little girl." Um, let's see, where are we right now? Hey, everybody! If you're tuning in with us right now, I'd like you to go ahead and click that share button. click that like button, click that subscribe button. I'd like you to type in drag from the left, that's DRAGFTL, into your search box on whatever social media platform you are on currently. And give us a follow, a like, a share. Help push us through that hatred-driven ass algorithm, and comment at least 5 words. Save it into your folders. Every little like, share, retweet, and engagement we appreciate from you all. It helps us be able to keep our podcast going and work on projects for you in the future. We are going to take a quick break and be right back. So we'll see you in 2 minutes. And that may have been a little bit short, but we are back. Thank you for tuning in to Drag from the Left, your weekly digital series where we review RuPaul's Drag Race from a radical leftist perspective. I am your hostess with the mostest, the very Reverend Dr. Juanita Bind'Em.
And this is Avery. My drag name this week is Tamisha. What is my drag name?
Twinisha Double Homicide.
Yes, that's it. That is it. Juanita gave me this drag name like seconds before we hopped on this.
If you don't know what it is, y'all just need to get on another part of Twitter, because
if you don't, you have to look it up. I'm sorry, I have to plug it. Type in Jocelyn Hernandez from Loving Hip Hop. Jocelyn Hernandez trailer. I'm sure it'll pop up, but it's her cabaret, her second season of her cabaret show, and watch the trailer, y'all. Just watch the trailer.
First off, that girl was just trying to share her truth and made her
oversharing her truth, but sharing it nonetheless.
Maybe she was feeling vulnerable, but I don't know if that was the right group, honey, to share that information with.
No, especially not at that moment, girl. You couldn't say that in private.
Oh, girl was like, "Ooh, double hump."
The funniest part was you can tell that she didn't mean to say it out loud.
No, she didn't.
She was thinking it in her head and just came out. Because she immediately was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, such a terrible thing to say, but it was
just hilarious. So you all know, here at Drag from the Left, we are pro-abortion, not pro-choice. Pro-abortion. Get the abortions are good, okay?
They are. Abortion is healthcare.
Period. So there we go. Let's just get back into these queens. We're gonna kind of speed up our pace a little bit, particularly for some of these girls. But up next is Miss La Ri. First off, Ru did a really good intro for her because she said do re mi la ri. I'm like, you better know your so-fast syllables. Come on.
Yes, you can tell the girls that Ru really, really likes. And you can tell by some of the intros and outros he gives them.
Because you only get a really good
Utica,
pun if they like
Yeah. Particularly Lala Ri and Utica. You can tell he really likes those two.
There we go.
Speaking of Lala Ri, Utica, Lala Ri won the reunion for me. She won. She had one of the best looks. This is an out and out center. I mean, Saint. Sorry. Saint. This is a Saint. She had one of the best videos, in my opinion. And she gave us that bankhead bounce.
She gave us that bankhead bounce.
That is my kind of drag queen.
That was and you better move that badonka. I was like, you better work.
And took the opportunity to put someone else on a very huge stage, which I really appreciate.
Everybody is going to be Googling that girl, you know?
Yeah. She was like, this ain't just for me. Come on over here and help me out with this thing. That was so dope to me. anyone who features someone in their video, like,
and prominently featured too. You know.
yeah, yeah. It was like we know the girl's name now. We heard her spit, like everything. Lala Ree won this reunion for me, and she was so entertaining and so likable and so funny.
She just her old self. She be having,
Yeah.
but she here for the good time. Shout out to you, Lala. Excuse me. Shout out to you, Lala Ree. Up next to the stage is Elliot with two T's. Let's do the look. I'm gonna get a look, a soft saint, because I think this is the she worked on that makeup. She done worked on that makeup.
Yeah, in those wigs.
Yeah.
It's a saint. She looked totally fine. The video, the dancers were fine.
Yeah, it was okay. It was okay video.
The dancers were very cute. That's what I have to say about it.
Yeah, I mean it was okay. And honestly, I don't know if her dancing was like so just like,
To call her a dancing queen, it was very underwhelming.
Alyssa Edwards, I think not.
Yeah. Moving
Up
on.
next to the stage, Tina Burner, baby. She looked gorgeous.
She looked so good. This makeup and hair was
That wig
one of the
was
best
hot.
she's looked.
I like that big hair.
Yeah, me too, especially on her.
That's at least 2 wigs. At least 2.
Yeah. She looked good. And her video was also very well done.
How many lyrics did that bitch put in that fucking
Did
video?
she squeeze? I said she squeezed these words
hitting the lip sync,
90 seconds.
The bitch was hitting the lip sync.
And I liked her outfit.
I want to see a full length of that music video, because and then for her to be like, yes, I'm red, yellow, and orange, but she had all her looks from the show.
Yes.
And that one bitch looked like a mannequin, didn't she?
When it first panned to them, I was like, are those mannequins or are those real people?
I had to look for a second.
Yeah. Who are those girls? Are they New York drag queens?
Most likely. I'm certain she tagged them on her page. I did not do the due diligence to go on there and do my my recon and figure it out. But I'm almost certain them is, her girls. Them is her girls, Them is people who fuck with Tina back in New York. And I say go ahead and do it. I think, and like she said, I'm an all-star. I see y'all in a couple seasons. Have a good day.
Right.
And she want the haters to shut up. She said it in the song. So leave her alone.
Leave Tina alone.
I don't know what people could be saying so mean about Tina online. Like, I mean, you could say you don't like her drag, but what did she do?
What else?
She did nothing.
She didn't really offend nobody like that. They just do not like that style of drag, and internet culture. If it's not for you, it can't just not be for you. You got to go and attack them and tag them and say all nasty things.
It can't exist. It's like,
yeah, like what is that? Leave her alone. Like she has actually gotten like a fair amount of hate and backlash for really no reason. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, I thought, and honestly, the show did not really do her well. She was one of those girls who the show was playing up in her face. I was feeling that same bullshit that they was doing to Widow Von Du last season. Like, did she really do that?
Yes. Don't get me started on the Widow Von Du situation, because that sends me into like another world.
Sorry. But Tina looked good, baby, and shout out to you. I hope to see you soon. And a lot of girls, I want y'all to know, the Drag from the Left, baby, when this shit open up, we like to go to this stuff. So we go come get our tickets, our meet and greets. We go come see y'all.
Oh, yeah, we coming. We are in the building.
We are coming. And then Cleveland supposed to be getting this little neighborhood with all this performance. I'm sorry, y'all will probably end up getting booked here. We'll see
that would
y'all.
Be dope. Mm-hmm.
Up next to the stage, Denali.
That makeup and that wig did something for me. She looked good.
Yeah.
She looked good. And that's me saying that's saying a lot, because I'm not the biggest fan of Denali, especially her makeup.
Denali has started to grow on me. In terms of her as a drag queen, I think if she refines her look a little bit more, that would help. But I think she had a decent run on the show. She has one of the most iconic lip syncs of all time. She ended
Definitely.
up not coming in there saying nothing that was too off the wall or out of the way. She just wasn't everybody's favorite. But the fan base actually, she has a good following. Those people,
Oh
they're
yeah,
like
they love Denali.
they
Yeah.
love them some Denali, and I'm gonna go see that bitch on Disney on Ice. Okay, I'm going.
I watched it on YouTube, but I'm
You said
sure it's
I'm
going
gonna.
to be wonderful.
You said I'm gonna
I'm
go
sure
watch
it's
it
going to be
on
wonderful.
YouTube. I'm gonna watch it on YouTube.
I'm sure it's going to be a wonderful show.
Not on
Um,
YouTube.
Especially if they were to do the fire and ice that they were talking about. That was actually a really cute idea. So if they do decide to do it, I'll definitely tune into that on YouTube.
You are so horrible. She is on tour with her, and so Utica got booked for a tour, and they added Denali onto Utica's tour. So it should be fun to see. They go do I think they're doing 13 or 14 cities in Europe.
Mm,
Coming up soon. I wish I could just hop on a plane and go to Europe and just like hop
right.
on, hop
All
off.
the girls are going to all the girls are going to UK. Lala Ree and Simone are going to UK together. Which that would
Well,
be. I don't do meet and greets. That's just not my tea. Like I have no desire to go and meet a stranger. Even the ones I'm even the ones I'm fans of. Um, but Lala Ree and Simone sharing a meet and greet, you could get me to go to that.
I'm telling
Those
you
are
right
two of
now,
my favorites.
when we go to DragCon, I'm stopping at those booths and I'm gonna wait in the line.
Oh
Um,
yeah, mainly to buy merch. But yeah, I would say hi.
Speaking of Denali, this season they added a new component, which was the lip sync for the charity, where RuPaul picked two of the queens in which he thought were the fiercest lip syncers, and I think he picked the correct two.
I
Um,
do too.
to lip sync for their life to win money for their charities. So the two queens that Ru selected as lip sync assassins and declared them as lip sync assassins of the season. Mind you, there
Yeah.
were some people he did not pick, regardless of how many lip syncs that they won. Okay. Um,
T.
he picked Denali and Lala Ree. I would like to say this: the charities that each one of them picked are
Hmm.
both very like generally decent organizations who I think
Hmm.
often align themselves a little bit stronger with the radical politics than a lot of nonprofits do.
Yes.
And they were both groups that put forth not gender nonconforming identities to the forefront. The organizations
Hmm.
that care about Black people and people of color, and for them to be able to have an opportunity to pretty much do what they do best to win some coinage, I think was absolutely, fan fucking tastic, baby,
I agree. And
fantastic.
if there was ever time to have a double win, it should have been that lip sync because they
Well,
both ate.
they gave money to both organizations. So Denali's organization was the National Center of Transgender Equality, and Lala Reed donated to the National Black Justice Coalition. They lip synced to "Be My Lover" by LaBouche, and Ru picked Denali. I thought it was a pretty equal lip sync. Um, I
I think
I
Lala Ree ate.
Well, I didn't think Lala Ree pulled off enough of her stunts. Like Lala Ree can do back bends, Lala Ree can do splits. I've seen Lala Ree do cartwheels off stages. And like I just wanted her to throw a little bit more. But sometimes I guess you don't always have to do that. But like I think
Right.
for those little moments is when you should. Those are the moments where you can kind of jam pack some of your tricks in. You know what I'm saying? So that's all. You got
Mhm. You guys,
Denali had a wig reveal. We got a backflip and a cartwheel and a split. And these are all
the
things
difference was you do all your stunts and tricks, but it has to make sense. Lala Ree's tricks made sense when she did them. Denali's was just I'm gonna throw everything I know how to do in this thing and hope to win.
Well,
And she did do really good. She did do
sometimes she's
really
not in the
good.
pocket. We know Denali sometimes is not in the pocket, but like
Right.
the pocket is hard for some people.
Ah. T.
Nonetheless, Denali wins the lip sync and she wins $10,000 for her charity. But then they also gave $5,000 to the National Black Justice Coalition. So shout out to both these organizations doing the work, and they won the money for their charity. But
Yes.
something weird that they did not do Matter of fact, I'm gonna wait 2 seconds to mention this.
Okay.
Up next to the stage is Utica Queen.
Yes. Love me some Utica. So last week or a few weeks ago, we talked about, you specifically mentioned how some of the girls do not know how to accessorize.
Mm-hmm.
And Utica is one who knows how to accessorize.
Yeah,
Like
her
those
styling is
glasses,
always
those
on.
earrings, yes. Um, Her background's a little chaotic, was a little distracting, but I kind of like how it was like kind of in her closet. We got to see
Yeah,
some of her
you was
looks.
in her workroom, and I
So,
thought that was she was like,
yeah,
I'm here, I'm getting ready.
right. And it was very much on brand for Utica, I think. Um, so I enjoyed it. I also enjoyed her video. It was more conceptual than it was anything else. But again, I liked
But
it.
the way that she was able to intertwine those strings, that when she cut them, you could actually tell that they had, you know what I'm saying, had come apart.
Hmm.
It was so dense that as she was cutting it, you could really see her breaking out of there. That was the most
Right.
ornatest pair of scissors I have ever seen in my life. Like, them is some type of scissors from like Sherlock Holmes or something. Them scissors. The only thing I wish, and it's hard to do in like 90 seconds, I would have loved to see her come outside of the box that she created. You know, for us
Yeah.
to have at least one other scene that it like
Right.
popped to. But I mean, all in all, come on, high concept. I finally saw a head to toe of this look from her music video. Girl, it was
Hmm.
a black version of her beads runway almost,
Okay.
and it was stunning, baby.
I bet it
Oh,
was. Utica don't miss. Utica does not miss.
well, I think Utica will be remind me of, so you know, Sasha, when Sasha Velour left the show, Sasha knew what she wanted to do. And Sasha was
Right.
booking theaters, she was doing nightgowns, she was doing the whole thing, making these huge conceptual pieces, you know, and I definitely see this
Hmm.
Utica. The only difference I think that you can add a little something, sugar and spices, and something a little everything nice. I think Utica's Chemical X is the fact that she's a fashion diva. You know,
Yes.
we don't really see Sasha Velour all up and through Vogue.
Right.
Utica, I guarantee this bitch get a modeling contract. You know,
Yes.
if Bimini and Taste and them is getting modeling contracts upon leaving their show, it is no way that when this is all said and done that Utica is not going to be signed to a modeling agency. It is no reason that she
Hello.
shouldn't be.
I agree.
And she need
Hard
to be
agree.
clear. And a designer needs to hire her to do a capsule collection. And matter of fact, just do a collection. You know?
Yeah. They would be. They should be blowing up her phone, her email. And there's so many different. That's the dope thing about being a multifaceted queen. There's just so much you can do. Like literally, the world is your oyster, especially when you white and thin like Utica, but also very
You know,
talented.
and also,
So,
you know, really good at fat jokes, you know? So it's just, yeah.
uh,
This bitch got struck by lightning.
when she said she levitated off the ground, I would be like, "Oh
10
my, your
feet.
superpowers!"
10. Well, I think this is her superpower. This bitch is weird.
Yeah, I'm sure that only exacerbated the kookiness.
It did. It's like, if you get struck by lightning and you turn into Utica, I'm like,
Right.
where my superpowers kick in? Okay?
Right.
Although I'm gonna be completely honest, I am not interested in being struck by anybody's lightning. Mother Nature can keep that.
Unless I do get superpowers, because if I do, I'm abolishing the police tomorrow, girl.
If I was Status Shock, talk about how I would just eliminate all their little computers. They wouldn't have no little computers. None.
Baby, talk about getting free. We freeing in the masses,
I'm
child.
just I'm gonna unlock all the jail cells. Just one click. All of them just open. All of. What about the rapists and the murderers? Y'all will catch them again. It's okay.
We've had rapists in the White House for the past 12 years.
Right. So they lose. Okay. Keep
You'll
your
be
kids
fine.
in the house. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just joking. Calm
No.
down.
Jesus Lord.
I'm gonna get us canceled before we get started.
With a dark humor, she was just playing y'all.
Just kidding. Oh.
Jesus.
Hide your kids,
Okay.
hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife.
Yes, when they was making all kind of remixes to that, now that was a golden time in the internet.
They climbing in your window, snatching your people up.
That was a golden time in the internet age.
Whew. Her music video was cute. On to the next one. It is time to live for Olivia Lux.
Live.
First off, this outfit was by Domino Couture, and Domino Couture makes some fine ass fucking outfits. And the hair was sickening.
Gorgeous. Oh, the hair.
How many wigs is that? How long is that? What texture is that? Is that Cambodian curls?
It is gorgeous. Not Cambodian curls. It was gorgeous. Now, I think her lighting did not do her any favors. Because say what you want about her makeup, but she always matches pretty well.
The lighting
but I think her lighting snitched on her.
And then when you use certain setting powders and different powders and stuff, they reflect light differently.
Yeah.
And if she went in too much with some banana powder or like had a reflective under, whatever, it could have been off. But the hair was right, the outfit was right. That outfit was very similar. Her, she loved to wear an outfit that's kind of similar to Samal's because that outfit, that material.
Jesus. Jesus Lord.
But
it was.
I don't know what that material is called. I'm gonna look it up because I want something made out of that. That material is interesting. Could you imagine wearing like an asymmetrical suit with that, and it kind of had a chest out? That could be. You know what I'm saying? Like I would love.
Yeah, that would be fire.
But like full titty out, like it's a one sleeve blazer that go crisscross. You know what I mean? It closes on the side, but like a lot of your pec is out, and your arm.
I love that.
With like
I love that for me.
With a crop pant with like a skirt over it. That could be really cute.
Ooh, I actually got a skirt coming in the mail this week.
Ooh, let me know where you got it from because I'm looking for some more skirts. And Benji wants some skirts too.
All right, I'm going to see how it fits first. And then if it fits well, I'll let you know.
I got a dress though. I bought a dress. I wore it. I didn't get no pictures in it, so I'm about to be wearing it. I think personally, I feel like I personally didn't take no pictures in it on purpose because I wanted to wear it back to Cleveland and do what I do with it. But it's
right. You subconsciously was like, no photos.
Because you know what happens when you take pictures of something. The universe make you like you can't wear it no more, or you can't be photographed in it again. At least for a year.
I be recycling stuff. Well, I don't really take pictures, so that works in my favor.
You know what? I'm gonna start following you around with a camera. Well,
I'll be having some looks.
Girl,
I'll be putting together some things.
Is it just me, or is the paparazzi been outside your window too? Like they've been stalking me.
Okay, I meant to ask you this. What is this? What is this Beyonce fantasy you live in?
Fantasy? You so disrespectful. Fantasy.
So y'all, Juanita has this thing where she is Beyonce level famous.
I am a world famous celebrity. I am a world. Get it right. If you go to learn your alphabet before you try to read. Okay. I am
Mama's selling out theater.
Famous celebrity who is famous around the world famously. And it is hard to be me. Benji had to give me these special glasses to hide my identity. They put a little blanket over my head. Like, remind me to tell you the story about that one time I had got arrested. Let me remind you to tell you about how the paparazzi. I got to tell you about this girl. We're going to talk about this offline. We'll talk about this offline.
Okay.
But moving on,
you are too much.
Olivia Lux looks absolutely stunning, and I'm certain the paparazzi be following her too. Her video
was one of the best.
Mary J. Blige, "I'm Going Down," is one of the greatest R&B tracks ever. Yes. It is such a popular song, but not only is the main song popular, but the cover of Tia and Tamara singing it on Sister Sister is
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
The choirs was kept. That's how I was introduced to that song from watching Sister Sister. And I was like, what is she singing?
It was a genius. It was a genius deal for her because now everybody wanted to know because it captured a generation of people who had just missed it. Like I think our siblings would have been bopping to that, but we wasn't quite bopping to it. When we heard Tia and Tamara, I don't remember which one did it, but Tia and Tamara.
I think Tamara sang it.
It would be her. They called me white man's award. Me too, girl. And I'm sober, I promise. How we doing on time? Let me check the time. Okay, we good. We got 10 minutes. But it introduced that song. to see that bitch glaring through them little Venetian blinds. Now you know they went straight up to the little. They went not. Now you know they was holding them blinds up. Them blinds went on no window.
Oh yeah,
Somebody was
somebody's
holding
arms
them
was
blinds.
tired. Somebody's arms was aching.
Okay. Somebody was holding them goddamn blinds and shining that flashlight right on through. Say, one of them gave him some money, but not that much.
Right.
Do you think she was really playing the piano?
Video, yeah, it was one of my favorites of the night. She looked gorgeous in every shot. Talk about embodying a song and the artist. She did that. What I want to touch on briefly is the confession of Utica and Utica and Olivia finally confirming that they had sex. Because that's all I got from that.
I think that's she all said that they pretty much
man
said.
was delicious. I was like, you ate her ass.
Oh my God, that's what we was talking about. But listen to this. Google right now, everybody. Go on YouTube and type in Taylor Swift eats ass. Google it right now.
You won't be sorry.
You will not be sorry.
You won't be sorry.
And this is, I'm going to tell you right now, that was some nasty sex shit, and you know it.
Ooh. I'm sure Olivia forgave Utica for all the shit she talked about during the season.
Well,
after
that night too, because when they asked them who should go home, she didn't have to say, I'm judging my opinion based off the entire body of work during the competition. So she pretty much told Utica, fuck her drag.
Yeah, Utica pissed her off. And she said, I'm saying your name. There's really no reason to say Utica's name other than some personal stuff. But,
well, she didn't want to say Candy. Why you say my name? But I love me some what's the name? First off, I just did it there, but and I'm just kidding y'all. But they, to the end of this day, they give, and this be the same person. They still making all these Candy voice jokes. I didn't count it on Fashion Photo Review about 11 of these jokes.
It's tired. We know Candy has a unique voice. Let it go. People sound different for different reasons.
And sometimes it don't even sound like it's in good fun. Like, it don't be even sounding like it's in good fun. It be sounding like they trying to say she's stupid. And I rebuke that right now.
Oh, no. There are definitely some intellectual, which are inherently racial implications going on here when talking about Candy's speech and her tone of voice. You can't tell me differently.
I'm not going to make no comments on it, but, I done got my foot in my mouth talking about how intellect can be racist. So I'm going to just keep my mouth shut. But
we can do a whole show on that.
But it is just like, girl, like,
can we not?
Period. But speaking of Candy, who is one of the top 4 of RuPaul's Drag Race season 13, let's get into our finale girls. So they arrived to the theater in their little SUVs, doing their little SUVs.
They Uber X.
And they hop on out and they do this 21 questions type. It's called 69 questions game. Mm-hmm. Is it just me or was it overly scripted?
Yes, that was my thing. It was too rehearsed. Like, it wasn't even fun anymore. It was like they're reading a script. They did this take 20 times.
I think they were reading the script. I can, and this is the thing because they're not trained actors. Well, Rose is. But a lot of them are not trained actors. I'm almost 100% certain that they were teleprompted and that the teleprompter was on the track, like was on wheels, like the camera. Mm-hmm. Especially when they had to do that backwards walk. I think they were just wanting them to they want them to hit certain things and hit certain marks. But I really think that they could have just left it a little bit more conversational.
Yes.
Even if the they had to the questions were. The video and the question didn't go together. So if they just did montages of the girls walking through the theater and taking it in, and it was just the voices, so that they didn't have to worry about the girls acting and going. But there is a way to act a pre-written script like it's the first time saying it. But they're not trained actors. You know what I'm saying? That is something that's difficult to do, to act, to pretend like you're being caught on the spot saying something, Right. And then it gets that actor voice. They all had on that acting voice, And I was just like, and some of the things they said I thought could have been funny, but my favorite moment was when Rose said, "Who's the villain of the season?" Rose was like, "Who's the villain of the season?" And I was like, you wanted to be you, girl.
Right. Yeah, it was too it was overly produced and it took some of the fun away from it. But I did enjoy Simone. Some of her answers seemed like the most genuine. Like when she was just like, when they were like, "What's your favorite part of drag?" She was like, "Just to express myself." I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh, that's so real. That's so
just
genuine."
to express myself, you know.
Yeah.
I do like too that the girls each got to like announce one of the next things that was coming up. That felt kind of special. That they did that whole "this is the stage, but it's not quite the stage" set up with them posed as ladders on the stage.
Right.
It was cute. Now this is my question: if the girls all were Zoomed, do you think the girls would be? The girls probably not going to be live in person at the finale.
I think it depends.
Because they're shot days in between each other. Unless the girls was getting on the plane tomorrow and going, like the next day.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe they won't have all the eliminated queens in person, and it's just the top four and,
Ruin production.
some previous queens in production. Yeah.
It'll
So who
probably be
knows? We'll
pre-recorded.
see.
They'll probably do pre-recorded. Also, they did not. They didn't announce him as Congeniality.
They didn't. That's the point I was going to make towards the end. Unless they're going to do it at the finale instead of on the. Sometimes they switch it up. So I
But
think
did
it's going
they
to be at
even
the
mention?
finale.
Did they mention it? Because maybe I fell asleep. Maybe I missed Zoom. I didn't even remember them
No, they
mentioning
didn't say anything about Miss Congeniality. So I think they're saving all that for the finale. They have to be.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, there's no Miss Congeniality. Who do you think is gonna be though if they do it?
It's a toss up because there are several. My pick would be La La Reed.
I think it could be
Um,
Lala. I think it could be Denali. I think they might even just give it to Tanisha because she Mama Tanisha. Like a lot of people online
I would
really
love
like
that.
her, and
Yeah,
people like Denali too. Like so, I don't know. It could be because Olivia
I think
ended
it
up
might be
not
Olivia
being.
Lux.
But Olivia didn't end up necessarily being congenial as people thought. But then again, it was Valentina. So I mean,
I just watched that clip yesterday. That reunion was pure cake. They hated her.
chaos. The only
Fan
thing
favorite, yay! I was like, oh, why y'all doing it to this girl?
they was doing the whole on Nancy Pelosi fucking soul clap. Okay.
Audrey was like, I'm sorry, I just had to say something, and that kicked it all off. I was like,
Even
Lord have mercy.
it was Peppermint, it was Trinity, it was Sasha Velour night fans talking about fan favorite.
Sasha Velour came for Valentina a few times during that reunion. They were just
She was.
over her
They
at
didn't
that
have
point.
time. They didn't have the
They
time.
were. Shay was
Well,
over
they did
her.
have the time. That was the thing. They did have time.
Yeah, they had time that night. Yeah, Shay was over her. Sasha was over her. Sarah Moan was definitely over her. Aja was not feeling her either.
So that type of chaos, or like season 10, everybody telling me how to react, but ain't nobody telling her how to act. And with that said, have a nice day. Like where is, what's the name, getting Raven together? Tatiana talking about you'll talk when I tell you talk. It's my turn.
Baby, season two reunion was another
She
one
said,
that was
you
just.
shut your ass up. You shut your ass up. I tell you when to talk. Face the wall.
They
That's what she
had.
told her. Face the wall.
That was one of the face the wall. Do you need practice first?
With soul.
With soul. They had some of the most like outspoken, probably most ready to fight queens in throughout the whole franchise.
My favorite line is from, I think her name was Nicole Page Brooks. This is the type of malicious gay faggotry that I did not think I was going to have to experience. Not malicious gay faggotry.
I loved it.
I want it tattooed across my chest with like some roses on the end. Malicious gay faggotry.
You might have to break that up into some lines.
Well, if we do size like 14 Times New Roman font, I think it'll fit.
We're gonna have people squinting like, what's that say?
Right, you gotta get through all this taco meat.
All the hair, right?
Okay. People used to call me taco meat. I'm like, baby, this is a whole sweater. I don't know. Taco meat where?
Child. Let me tell you. This older man came up to me.
It was no hair, and then it was just one or the other. It was no like in between. It was just.
Have you ever shaved?
My chest?
Mm-hmm.
When I first started getting hair on the front of me, like on my stomach and stuff, I shaved it maybe 2 times. And the first time I cut myself, and I was embarrassed, so I snuck and got the razor, out the cabinet. It was probably some old dull, rusty ass, two dull little things. And then the second time I shaved myself, I broke out in this horrible rash. I didn't know you could get razor burn on your stomach. And it was, and I was like 14. I was panicking. I'm like, ah! So after that, never again. Now, there have been occasions where, depending on what show I was in at the time, for different aesthetic purposes, I will put like a 1 guard or a 2 guard on some clippers and just like run down. But I've never really removed my body hair since I was pubescent. Like, I'm just not interested.
Yeah, that's not my gig.
I used to wax my back in the summers. I used to wax my back in the summer because all the gay boys at the time. This is when being hairy was all fashionable a couple years ago, and the front hair was hot, but the back hair was gross. You know, it was like you couldn't have both. So I used to wax my shoulders for my tank tops, but now I'm like, girl, you about to get all of this, baby.
You about to get it, like it or not. Yeah. This past weekend, I was out and about, doing what I had to do. I had on a sweater that like was kind of low cut, so you saw like part. It wasn't like crazy because I have some shirts where my whole chest is out. This was pretty modest.
Those naval shirts, those naval shirts.
Yeah. This one was pretty modest. So this man came up to me. I was just sitting there minding my business. He was like, and he started like spinning his game. He was an older man, and so he was like, "Give me your phone. I'm gonna put my number in it." So I gave him my phone. He gave me his number, and he was like, "Text me and just say," because I had hoop earrings and my big hoops. He was like, "Just say I'm Miss Avery with the big hoops and the taco meat." I was like, "Excuse you?
Come on with the big."
He was like, "That's how I'm gonna remember." I was like, "You lucky, you cute."
You know what? Let me change your name in my phone right now to Avery with the big hoops and the taco meat.
He literally said that, and that's what I put in the text message. I was like, "That's how you gonna remember it and go for
it." So sexy. Y'all, we is sexy. Wait till season 2 where y'all see our faces on the regular, baby. Ooh, child. You ain't ready. Y'all better get ready.
I was looking at myself in this camera. I was like, "Oh, my muscles kind of popping tonight."
I know, and I was like, "Ooh, child, I can't even be in the camera." I was really feeling real thick, real just like hot, juicy body. Sometimes I'd be feeling kind of mannish, and I'd be like, "Ooh, child, cut it out." I like the versatility of being everything. Soft and supple, brute and strong. I and anybody can be a daddy. You know what I'm saying?
Hello. I got some stories.
Okay. He said, "I don't got no children, but I have plenty of people call me daddy."
Hello. Daddy with no kids.
Okay. Right. Somebody asked me one time. It was so legit. I was buying a Father's Day card at the store, and somebody was like. And it was a stupid question. What are you buying a Father's Day card? You don't look old enough to have kids. Why would I be buying myself a Father's Day card? But it made it so perfect to run into the joke. And I just straight up talking like, I don't have no kids, but a lot of people call me daddy. And the lady, it was this middle-aged lady with freckles. And she just kind of just like looked flushed and startled and scurried away. And I was like,
that is so funny. That's what you get for making dumb comments. Mind your business.
Well, you know what? I had to tell my family too to stop asking. Years ago, I told them, I said, "I want y'all to stop asking me questions because I'm gonna stop lying about the answers. You go get the real answer. So don't ask me no shit."
Ooh.
How do gay people have sex? Well, first off, we put a water hose up our butts and we rinse out all the shit into the bathtub. And I was just like, "Girl, do you really want to do this?
Do you really want to know, baby?" One time. We was watching. We was at my grandma's house, so all my family was over there. This was a while ago, so pre-COVID, and I think a prep commercial came on or something like that. And they started asking questions. I was like, "Do y'all really want to know? Y'all want to go there?" Because I'll tell you. I don't think you're gonna like where this is headed, though. But I will tell you.
If you want
to know, and it was like, no, never mind.
Sex, I will tell you about gay butt sex. Okay?
Yes, I looked at. I was like, "Do you really want to know? We can go there." They was like, "No, never mind." Okay. Just like, because you're going to be brutally honest. Yeah, you asking me questions.
Because you're trying to play. Because you're trying to play. That's what
you're trying to play in my face. And now I'm going to make you uncomfortable on purpose. But also explaining the ins and outs of gay butt sex is kind of uncomfortable.
You know what? The first 15, 20 times, gay butt sex is uncomfortable. But
yeah.
But then you get to the point where you be like, when you figure out the first time, when the first time it clicked, you be like, oh.
When it feel good that first time, there's no turning back.
You be like, interesting.
I didn't know it could be like this.
Oh, so you telling me that when I leave work on Friday night, I can feel this way? Okay.
Hello. Hello. A brand new world.
Disney ain't ever gonna hire our asses now. You gotta Let's wrap this episode up. Hey everybody, we are still here. This is your hostesses with the mostesses. You already know what our names be. Shawty, what your name is. So next week we are in for the finale of RuPaul's Drag Race season 13, where somebody will be crowned queen of Drag Race. And season 12, Jada Essence Hall will be stepping down. Our reigning Miss Congeniality, Miss Heidi in Closet will be also stepping down. She has been turning her looks up, so I can't wait to see what she wears. She looked absolutely stunning on the roast episode in that Michael Jackson-inspired garment. It was stunning. Mm-hmm. Jada can design for herself, and she can afford at this point to have anybody she wants to design for her. So she gonna come in looking stunning. Ru go look stunning. Yes. We know Simone go look good. It's gonna be a lot of looking good. It just finale.
You know, got Mick gonna eat.
Period. And Candy go. I feel like Candy might serve too because she go. It's the same thing.
She better.
I feel like the big girls feel like a lot of pressure to look, and that's one thing that that Silky talked about. She was like, I just wanted to feel beautiful at the finale, and I did. So I feel like I won. She said there wasn't a hair out of place. There was not a snag in a stocking. Everything fit right. My padding was good. Mm-hmm. My makeup was good. Because, Jada Essence Hall did Silky's makeup.
I was just going to say that.
So she made so she looked real good. Talk about, and she had just found out she had made the cast. She had just found out. Mm-hmm. So she was, what a way to win the show. But anyway, I'm looking forward to that. I'm hoping they announce Miss Congeniality. At this point, do you have any predictions for who for what's going to go down at the finale? Not necessarily just a winner, but like what's the get down with the get down?
I think it's going to be a lip sync battle royale for the crown, which I'm not happy about, but it is what it is. I'll be interesting to see who goes up against who, because everyone has an idea what the top two is or who it should be, and based on these battle royales, you know how it went. Let's call back to season 9. The top two that necessarily did the best with the competition, what the
Sasha
fandom
and Peppermint,
thinks.
and I don't think anyone was expecting for either one of them to be in that top lip sync. Everybody was banking that the top two would either be Shay and Sasha or Shay and Trinity, and I do not think that they saw that coming. And I know they didn't.
But Trinity also did that on purpose.
Well, it was a setup. Well, Peppermint, once they figured out what was going on, Trinity once they knew what was happening, the only way for one of them to make it to the finale was to force Shay and Sasha to lip sync against each other. They knew, you know what I'm saying? So they was like, if you spin the wheel and you get to go first, we have to pick each other. Right. Because it's the only way.
Right, and I feel that, but like, if I was Trinity, the last person I would want to lip sync against is Peppermint. She is like one of the lip sync assassins of Drag Race. So I'm like, I don't give a damn about the strategy. They can be the final two if you want to.
Well,
I want to do my best
really
to get to there.
Because Sasha would have murdered any one of them with that damn gag.
True.
And Sasha said she had designed it to go different with each lip sync song. So she was going to do the gag regardless.
Oh, yeah. Regardless. Yeah. It just turns out she got a really good song for the gag.
But she knew
she was going to do it.
She said, I knew how I was going to do it no matter what. I knew at each point in a song how I was going to do it in there. So, and that's why the gag worked. And this is what I hope. This is my hope for the finale. I hope that it is not overburdened like season 10 when all the bitches was trying to do these gags, all the outfits tearing off, killing butterflies, setting off sparklers. It was just a lot.
Too much, Twitter.
It was just a lot. It was a lot. For all of the thing is, for the lip syncs not even matter because we ended up with a 3 versus 3 lip sync, which was didn't even need to happen. And if we go be honest, Aquaria won the season, but Aquaria didn't win any of those lip syncs. So it was like, You know,
Yeah.
if it was up to who won the lip syncs, Eureka would have won Drag Race because Eureka ate all her lip syncs. But also Eureka eats lip syncs. That's what she does. So I'm just hoping coming into this finale that it's not overburdened with too many gags, and that if a gag is to happen, that it is just as successful, if not more, than Sasha Velour's. Because to this date, none of the gags have measured up.
Agreed. Sasha Velour's is the standard. If you cannot exceed the standard, don't do it.
No.
Do not do it.
So we are interested to see. I will say that the one thing that I'm sad about is that the girls will not get the opportunity, at least what it seems like. Last year they did it was such variety in the lip sync. So the girls each got to do a solo performance, and they did the up close lip sync, which I thought was nice because you can't do shit, bitch. Let me see what that mouth do. What that mouth do? What that mouth do? Okay, I want to see what that mouth do. And then they got to go against each other. So, and we talked about, I think, last episode about my dream finale format is for there to be homage to the pageant world, which really made the way for drag to be presented on TV in this way, for there to be a question and answer interview portion, for Ru to reduce it from there, for there to be each girl like they did in season 8 to show me what you would do on tour. Give me that, and then let's duke it out at the end so that we only get the one where, you know, and they can, I like the pressure, so they could have to learn 3 songs and still spin the wheel if that's what we want to do. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I would like to see some more variety because as a viewer, watching lip syncs back to back to back, unless they are like about to fall out your seat, it's like, okay, because at the club, you don't even get that. At the club, you get a girl doing jokes in between. We get, you know, it's just so much variety, you know, coming in. So I would really like to see that. But at the end of the day, we will all be sitting together here as a Drag from the Left family, watching this finale, tweeting. We're going to take turns. We'll take turns and tweet.
We'll have some champagne.
I'm gonna just bring my laptop and have it logged into the Drag from the Left Twitter, and we can all just take our turns, add into the thread. And just so you all know at home how you can join in with us, later this week we will be releasing 3 exclusive Drag from the Left cocktail recipes that we will be drinking during the finale. And we will drop those on our social media pages with the recipes. We will also have one mocktail included in there for people who do not consume alcohol. And they will have these punny little names attached to the show. So you can drink with us. Let us know that you made your recipe. And, of course, tag us at Drag from the Left, hashtag Drag from the Left. And hopefully we can just have some good old times tweeting together and sharing our recipes. So those will come out in just a couple of days on our social media. And so, we're going to get into there. We're going to have some gin, some peach schnapps, some tequilas, a lot of variety. And we're going to have some good old time. So thank you all for tuning in yet again to an episode of Drag from the Left, your weekly digital series where we review RuPaul's Drag Race from a radical leftist perspective. And although the season reunion was not full of gags and drama and was kind of more lighthearted, I think that is a good way, a clean slate to let the top 4 to enter the finale with just their talent being left to showcase.
Amen.
And with that being said, we bid you all adieu. Good night.
Good night, y'all.